We are back with the Freedom Framework Show. I am your host, Sam Silverman, and today I wanted to cover a really important topic. And this comes up all the time from social media, from our students in our community. And a topic we hear really frequently is that a massive limiting belief that people have is that you need a deep level of experience to go be involved in a certain type of deal, in a certain type of asset class. And today I want to really uncover why that's not true at all and how you can go mitigate risk and leverage other people's track record and experience to allow yourself to break into a new field. I've done this multiple times to go close multiple 8-figure real estate deals, to go buy 8-figure revenue businesses. And it's a framework that, in my opinion, can work over and over again for a ton of people. We've seen people in our community and our students leverage this a ton to break into real estate, to break into buying businesses, and leveraging other people's experience and expertise to go do so. So, for example, when I first started in real estate, I started buying single family homes, right? Like the entry level of experience. And I wanted to go be involved in bigger deals, right? Be involved in big apartment complexes, be involved in big mobile home parks. And I kept telling myself, you know what, hey, I'll go wait 3-4 years until I'm out of the corporate role. And then I'll go all in, I'll go learn this, I'll go start taking action, and I'll go start doing deals. And what I found was that you can go work with someone who has experience in a certain area. So for example, when I started my journey, I was investing in single family homes. I then moved to investing as a limited partner, right? Placed my capital into projects. And from there, I wanted to go bigger and do my own deals. And what I found was that I can go partner with those people I invested with, those people I had relationships with, and become a part of their team, right? And finding an area that I can bring value to them, or even just borrowing their name, right? If I wanted to go do my own deal and I needed to go have a track record, right? Because investors are going to say, hey, you know, it looks like you haven't done deals in this asset class, this market, this type of deal before. Why should we trust you, right? What's your experience? What's your competency? And you can actually go back and say, hey, you know what? We're working with this group and their track record is this. And right now I'm as a part of their team. I'm learning from them. I'm working with them, right? I'm leveraging their experience, their process, their framework to go in and break into a new deal, right? So in turn, I'm partnering accordingly to go help bridge that gap, right? Finding a group, finding a team, finding a person who helps bring that credibility and knowledge to the table so that I can then go break into that space myself. And I look at this as the example, if you look at numerically, of if I'm a 4 out of 10 and this deal, this investment, this business requires me to be a 7 out of 10, and I go work with someone who is a 7 or more out of 10 in that given area, and I then go nail that deal with them, right, and have a good experience, I then become that 7 out of 10. So in turn, what it allows you to go do is level yourself up in the process, and maybe you make less than that first deal, right? Maybe you give a piece to that partner. Maybe you take a minority role, but then you become that person, right? You allow yourself to have that experience. So that's what we did in real estate to get ourselves started. Is we borrowed the track record and experience of people who were doing the types of deals we wanted to go do, that we had a relationship with, we had trust with, we had pulled in partners accordingly. And we see it happen all day long in our community, right? Of people who are more inexperienced, but have hustle in certain areas, or have very certain skill sets they can go bring to the table, partner with experienced operators and partners to go bridge that gap and go get involved and get deals done. The law of the first deal here is massive. Getting one deal done, the second, third, fourth come very quickly after. And in turn in business, right? We've acquired companies in a certain sector that myself and our 2 partners had no experience in. And in turn, we brought in the best of the best experts in that given field to go help bridge that gap, to go leverage their systems, their process, their integration, their team, right? To make sure that in due diligence, we weren't missing anything. We weren't missing things that we didn't know we weren't missing, right? Go help us uncover those things that once we acquire a company, what we can go run into, right? What things aren't we thinking about? What things are we missing, right? What people items are we missing? What numbers are we not accounting for, right? Really helping us understand what we didn't know, right? Because there's a few categories of things you don't know, and things you do know, you don't know. You have to cover for both those gaps. But the former is actually much harder to cover for, because you may be thinking this through and saying, hey, this is our business plan. And someone else who's experienced that field can go tell you, hey, you're actually missing these few items. And that's an area that's your blind spot that you didn't know you had that blind spot there. That's huge to help cover that and bring someone in. So in turn, by finding people who are experts in that given asset class or business category, right, you can go help get deals done and feel really confident in your track record and trajectory because of it. So in turn, you're bridging that gap. You're bringing in someone who has experience in that given field to go supplement your knowledge. So for example, in the business world, we have experience with systems, with process, marketing, with sales, with go-to-market, with finance, with accounting. But in turn, we're bringing in people who are very specific to that one given asset class that we are in, an industry that we are in, so we can go bridge that gap and allow ourselves to go focus on what we know best and go help bridge that learning curve that we have until we become experts in that given field. So it allows you that time, that bridge, and bring those experts in, make that process massively easier. So if you're looking at getting into a new space, right, go partner up. Go find someone who's doing so, right? Go accelerate the learning curve with education. Go attach yourself to someone else who's doing what you want to go do. That way, your learning curve shortens in a massive, massive way. And you can go get deals done way more quickly, right? Rather than waiting 3, 4, 5 years until you leave your job. But these are things you can do with a job, things you can go do in that time period. And your limiting belief of you need to be an expert here, you can go get the education and you can go bring people in to go help supplement that knowledge and that experience curve to get deals done far more quickly and far more effectively. So if you have found value in today's conversation, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you enjoyed it, leave us a review. It helps more people discover the show. And if you're interested in getting in the room where these partnerships are happening, check us out at freedomframework.co to join the room, join the conversation, and be involved with people who are helping bridge that gap and taking action, actually getting deals done. Thanks for listening.